Time again. My favorite time. Oh, wait. Did say I could put in the favorite time, but I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna keep it the real time, which is this. Bam. Sure. I couldn't resist. I love setting the time. It is very accurate 'cause it's still that time. Yummy data. Yes. Yes. Oh, baby. No time to waste. Get right in it. No time to waste.
This is the...
No time to waste. Alright. I know my destiny. I know my adventures for today. But which will be first? This one.
All of his co-workers
Nobody's
were
here.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Nobody's
room.
there.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still nobody here yet. Not yet. Exhaust every option before.
When Stanley came to a set
one.
of two open
For
doors,
now.
he entered the door on his left.
Same old
Yet
song
there
and
was not a
dance.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
tempting.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oops. Door. So red in here. I remember to crouch because someone left a note. I also remember this is Ryder's adventure. This is the Ryder parable. Let's go, Ryder.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy...
Well, I was going to put that there, but it seems to be broken, sadly. I mean, this one is... What is it? Unreality warnings? Guess? Panic? Death?
Why had he
That's all I
taken
can
that
figure.
risk? All because he believed
Hallucinations?
everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Something.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single
Fair.
moment for no reason at all? None of
Sorta.
it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
You
For
can see when the
example,
light for this
why
changes when
couldn't
we
he see his
loop
feet
back.
when he looked down?
Darn.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yep.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
see.
Were they simply
Oh.
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself,
You can
this
see
is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that it had been on the
I'm just
tip
gonna
of his
chill on
tongue.
this one.
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Wood.
Oh, what a relief Stanley
cup
felt
say?
to have finally found an answer,
Oh,
an
thank God.
explanation. His
Coffee nut.
co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't
big.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to
Ain't.
go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Another
I
chair.
may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the
Whoa.
ground.
Oh, man.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field.
I could see the
and it
soda.
too appeared. It
Yeah.
was so much fun, and Stanley marveled
I
that
could
he had
see the
still
soda.
not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the
little
strangest
bit of the
question of
stars.
them all entered Stanley's head. One
Stars
he
are
was
gone.
amazed he hadn't asked himself
Oh,
sooner.
well.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating
So dirty.
everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Oh.
Now the voice was describing
Oh.
itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly
I see it over here
strange.
too. Oh,
I'm
yes, I do.
dreaming about a voice
They're
describing
fighting
me,
each other.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all
Box.
very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their
Oh.
dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was
climb on
Stanley
this.
simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as
Oh,
awake
it's
right
tape.
now as he's ever been in his life.
It's tape going all the way
Now,
around.
hearing the voice speak these words
Does
was
it go
quite a
all the
shock
way,
to
all the way around?
Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars
okay.
just a moment ago?
Stops here.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he
Okay.
invited himself to wake up.
I'll sleep next to the
He
machine.
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the
Wow.
press of the mattress on his back,
Wow.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Wow.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm
Let me
through with this
wow.
dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Buttons.
Please. It's
Buttons.
all I want.
Buttons.
I want my apartment,
I
and
want
my
buttons.
wife, and my job. All I want is my
And my
life
buttons.
exactly the way it's always been.
Tap, tap,
My life
tap,
is
tap,
normal.
Tap, tap,
I am
tap,
normal.
tap,
Everything will be fine.
tap, 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 tap,
I am okay.
tap, tap. Some machine's so pretty. Look at the
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name
Soda.
is Stanley.
Oh.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Get
Please,
on top of
just
it.
someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
We got water.
And everything went black.
We got purple soda.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh my god. A new face joins the
Mariella
scene.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Blech.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Damn.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Understandable. I can't tell if she's like slightly moving or not in that. It looks like she's moving ever so slightly. I don't know. It begins again. I have two choices
All of
here.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I can go for a long fun one, and then end with a goofy ass one.
No
Or-
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Or I can switch it. I can do long and amazing first, or I can do the goofy one first. I guess they're both goofy. I guess it's also grim goofy. I'll go for the shorter one. We'll make the longer one. End this video. Is our friend here? Yes, we just missed him.
When Stanley
Hello.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Meow.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, hey, look at that. This is a cool room. Yellow.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to
Wow.
spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Wow.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Wow. There's a little cup under there. Oh.
Yes, really, really worth
Climb
it
on
being
everything.
here in the room. A
What?
room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
What?
Really worth it.
What? 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 What?
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this
Can I
room
squeeze it here?
bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I'm
It's
climbing on
possible that this is why everyone left.
everything. Can I climb on this? It's a dirty mug. Wow. Climbing on everything. Whoa.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I'm not done yet. Can I get on this? No. What about this? No. Mountains. I just like this whole space of the inner and outer. Wow. Wow. Also, none of these lights are on. But then all of these lights are on. Wow. And that thing. Oh, it's blinking. Alright, we'll depart from here.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Let's see. I'll do this short one first.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What is this thing? Now let's see. Oh, I can just walk right off. Yippee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley
What is
leapt
that
from the
noise?
platform and plunged to his death.
Why is he tap
Good
dancing?
job,
his death?
Stanley.
Oh. Dialogue got cut off very early. That was a short and simple one. Okay. Now to do the long one.
All of his
Hello.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe we might make this one longer. I'm not sure. We'll see how I'm feeling. Oh, it's so tempting, but not yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room.
Wow.
What a beautiful room. What a
So
gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
True that. But I gotta keep moving.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We'll see how long this ending takes me. I might
And
do
so
another
he
one after
detoured
this.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Boop. Boop. Boop.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Can I get behind this? No. One door there, one door there. Garage door's there, and a door left there. Oh. This is closed behind us, not even interactable. Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Understandable.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
Understandable.
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I can look around. Ladder. Cardboard board.
Let's see, we went down, right,
Cube.
left, down, left, right. Yep, okay,
This
yes.
thing.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Hey, little car. Hi, car. Got that thing. We got performance dipping.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Wow.
And this time,
spoilers.
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
Oh. Oh, yes. Everything seems normal.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still not here yet. Just a normal door.
When Stanley...
Whoa.
Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
4,
Everything
5,
should be...
6,
Oh, did something change?
7.
Stanley, did you
These ones are
change
my
anything when
favorite.
we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Can I climb on
It was
this?
right here just a minute ago.
Can I
I
climb on
know
this?
for sure that it's here somewhere.
Can I climb on this?
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, what are we going to see at a glimpse? Boxes. That connects to that. That goes that way. That goes that way. That way. I want to see this one. Wow. I want to see what this one is. What's this?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Look, I wasn't done. That took too long. Everything looks normal so far.
All of his co-workers were
Everything
gone.
looks normal here too.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everything looks normal here. Oh, that door says B. Just a normal door. No new content. Wonder how much I can get in before it tries to shut it.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Nope.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
You got it, boss. Nothing in here, boss. Nobody in here, boss. Nobody out there, boss. Not yet, boss.
Aha! I knew we'd missed
The blue one.
something. The story. Here it comes.
The blue room. You thought I was going to keep going that way? I'm going to go this way, actually. Or not.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's
chair.
head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Baby box. Oh, I can climb on the box. Paper. Oh, it's unfinished.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Well,
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite
Can I get up
recall,
there?
but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
do you remember Ryder?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten
Oh, wait,
what
I
we
should
were
go
supposed
forward.
to be doing, how about this?
Door.
You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Gotta get out of here.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time.
There's no
I
door.
have to restart.
Okay. Then sure.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get
Ryder's
lost,
line.
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Uh-huh. I'll stay on the line. We gotta cut through here.
You see? The line knows where the
Whoa.
story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Hold on.
Though, here's a thought.
Whoa.
Wouldn't wherever
I
we
did it.
end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Oh, I should follow the line.
Or to put it
before he
another
starts
way,
driving.
is the story of no destination still a story? Simply
way.
by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably
Up the stairs,
conjured into
Stanley.
being via the very manifestation of the
On the wall,
nature of
Stanley.
life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow
Through
this
the door.
train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is, in fact, a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if
going
my
everywhere,
experience of your
everywhere.
existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
You got it, boss.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You
full
won't
of
want to
ferns.
miss anything.
What do we got here? We got tape around the edges of the thing. You got its little planter. It's nice little trimming on top. We got the fern itself. We got the green grass within. We got its many little leaves. We got its pointy parts. It's in the shadow. Windows not casting a light on it. I understand everything, boss. I'm ready to continue.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story is... Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Space
Whatever
pirates.
it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Space pirates. Space pirates that are werewolves. Werewolf space pirates.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I don't remember the rest. Oh, goodbye, bye. I journey alone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
You got it, boss.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this?
Only 17 minutes.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Oh, Stanley dies.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Good thing I'm Ryder.
Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Stanley Ryder.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on.
Oh, don't worry, I'm recording.
I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
I want to go to the bookstore.
Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done yet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New concept.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Whoa. There you are. I knew you were still here. Anyway.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper. Something darker.
Anyway.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Wait. Wait. Do I do this again? Do I do something else?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I gotta do my research.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way? I think I did it wrong. Oh, okay. Then no. Don't need to do this. Don't need to do it. I know what I need to do. Okay. We got that funny confusion ending, even if I get confused. That's okay. 32 minutes in, I'll give a bonus. I'm gonna find this out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Boop. That's one.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself.
Yay.
This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Nobody here? No. That's two. Now we gotta go fast.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter
Right.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
All that matters now. Boop. Bad. Oh my god, Ryder, you're in heaven. Oh my god. Press every single button. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. That's good enough. I've had my fill. Now it's time for me to go.